Good evening, everyone. How is everyone on this fine evening? Hello, Eric. How are you?
I am not unwell.
Well, that's good. That's, as we say here in Canada, any better, and they would take my universal basic health care. So,
Stop
there you
teasing me.
go. So, it's just the two of us tonight. It seems like Frank has gotten another bug, and it seems like Ron is still traveling. So it's just the two of us. So I figured we'd do some happy, fun Valentine's themed discussion for this evening. It's going to be nice and loose and easy, and it's just going to be some fun. So we actually have some friends in the green room that I'm going to welcome shortly. But first off, who do we have in the chat?
Good question. We have Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. He's usually an early adopter, so here he is. And we have CDI. He smells fear. Micro
have a shower then.
And Sloopy Malibu. And
Sloop.
JC has joined us, and so has Thomas Armstrong.
JC and Thomas. Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We know you have your choice in Friday evening entertainment. We are competing against ABC and CBS and all those big names, so we appreciate you being here. So let's...
latest flash. Tom Barber has also joined.
Mr. Barber has joined us. Well, it's funny you should say Mr. Barber, because I have a fantastic picture of Mr. Barber's latest hat. There you go. Now we can see that's Tom Barber's latest hat. Anyway, let's see who we have in the green room. Going to join us first. Go one at a time here. How about this? We're going to add one Cantaloupe, also known as Sloopy Malibu. We've got a Joe of Joe's Computer Museum. We have a Frederick, the micro hobbyist of Quebec fame. And last, but surely least, we have Tweety Bird. Wait, is that the Pez from the Seinfeld episode?
It is.
That's awesome.
The Pez Museum is based in Connecticut, or I guess the Pez
Really?
Factory, but there's a museum. So if you're ever in Orange, Connecticut, go to the Pez Museum and then leave because there's nothing else to do in Orange, Connecticut.
So I got a question about Pez, actually. It's terrible.
Yes, it is disgusting. Sorry.
So was it just because the 1950s just had terrible candy and that's why it became popular? Or was it we have cheap toys that we... Does it? Okay. So whenever it came out, it was just... Was it the Great Depression? I feel like it's a depression candy.
It's a 20s thing. It's actually Austrian, I believe. And it was for keeping you from smoking.
I mean, so people like Smarties, and not Canadian Smarties, American Smarties, and those don't have a fun dispenser. So I think just some people have a bad taste in candy.
Yeah, it seems like it. Although I will say
yes.
if memory serves, the Smarties that you guys have, which we call rockets here in Canada, they are actually used. It's a powder pill or powder press where they used to make like blasting caps for firearms, or not.
They taste similar.
Yeah. And the machine, I guess, became obsolete once we had primer based cartridges. So I guess they just made them into candy making.
It's like the Dum Dums, the mystery flavors. Whenever they're ending one flavor run and they're starting another one, they kind of
overlap.
Overlap. They do the same thing with the Smarties with the gunpowder. There's some overlap.
So the first.
I just super glued my hand to this.
Good job, Joe.
Is this how Inspector Gadget starts?
Yeah, this is how Inspector. No, this is the $64 man. We have the money, or we have the technology. We just don't have the budget.
We have the technology, but
we just don't want to spend.
We only have $64.
So what you're saying is, when they first started making Smarties, there was gunpowder in them, and you would have a really good time if you got the right ones.
Or you'd blow your jaw off.
Yeah, where do you think Pop Rocks originally came from, anyway?
Actually, speaking of which, I experienced some of the strangest Oreos last week. They were on sale at our local supermarket, and for 99 cents. So we had to try them. They were Coke branded Oreos,
Oh God, no.
that tasted like strawberry or cherry, but had pop rock, in them, so they fizzed like you were drinking Coke.
So
It
they
was
also,
the strangest thing.
the other end of that collaboration was they had Oreo flavored Coke.
Oh God.
The crushed Oreos up in Coke.
Yeah.
Eric, are you going to sit there with that?
Coke, but anyway.
I was gonna say, somebody in the marketing department was on Coke.
Yeah.
Trina, she made a comment. Are you going to sit
How
for that?
old were you in the 1920s? I was just a little bit older than my teeth.
There you go.
And about 10 years younger than Trina, right?
Yeah,
Oh, at least.
give or take.
But
Cool. So, what's everybody doing this fine Valentine's Day? Have you done your dinners and things with significant others, or are you saving that from another time? I myself, we usually go the week after Valentine's Day because I'm cheap and I don't like large crowds. So
That's why I clicked the link. I thought I was having dinner with you, Ryan.
sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
This is actually speed dating. This is,
Oh no.
Now,
Bachelor number 2.
yeah.
we're gonna all go into breakout rooms now.
Yeah.
No.
Missy's at her parents' house, so
Gotcha.
my wife is
Hi.
working presently, but she'll be here at around 11. But I
Okay.
did go and buy her some nice jewelry at Swarovski, and I got her some chocolate too, very
Whoa.
expensive chocolate for that.
Look at the
matter.
flexing. Now, when you went and
First
bought
year,
the Laura,
man, gotta be careful.
when you went and bought the Laura Secord chocolate, because that's how you flex.
No,
your-
not lower C chord.
So I don't know if you guys know the story of Laura Secord. So Laura Secord is a famous Canadian who warned of the Americans coming during the War of 1812. She has nothing to do with chocolate, but somehow they took her name and then started making chocolate with it about, I'd say, 100 years ago. I think they're about 100 years old. And so now that's what everybody remembers Laura Secord for. It's either chocolate or warning about the Americans.
Chocolate lady.
Yikes.
so I would have expected they made like red rockets that glare.
the rocket red glare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Those were Canadian rockets, by the way,
Oh, I
Not-
know.
but not the same as your Smarties.
No. Made
It
by the
tastes
same
better.
machines, though.
Yeah.
Right? Made by the same machines.
Yes,
Funny.
I took Graham out to dinner tonight
Nice.
because it's Friday, and we always go out on Friday.
So now, do you traditionally eat the same thing, or do you
Pretty much.
go different things on the menu? No, or all
No, we
set
pretty
on the
much go
same
to the
thing.
same place every time, mostly out of convenience.
It all depends on what special Taco Bell is having that night. Once in
Right,
a while, they change the menu up. So Joe wants to, get something special.
I
Like
want
if it's
some
like
double
taco-
chalupa tonight.
When they bring the
Like
nacho
the-
chips back, the nacho fries back to the
That's
18th
what I was
time.
going to say. Yeah. Or he gets the what is it? The Loco Taco.
Oh, the Dorito.
Yeah, the Dorito Loco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But okay, thank you. No,
I give you crap,
actually,
but I
you
genuinely
mentioned
like
Taco
Taco
Bell
Bell.
because we do have Mexican for dinner on Fridays. So.
No, nice.
But it's not
Nice.
Taco Bell. It's
it's
a real
real.
Mexican restaurant run by a Mexican man. So yeah.
Neat.
Anyway,
That's actually where myself and my wife are going next week. I have a lovely gift certificate for one of our favorite Mexican restaurants.
yay.
Funnily enough, it's called Cajones.
Sounds legit.
And it's delicious.
Anyway,
What a
I purchased some inexpensive flowers because we've
nice.
way past spending loads of money on stuff like that. And a card. And my wife gave me a card. And today, on her way back from doing a little shopping, she brought some chocolates and assorted things because
Nice.
my eldest daughter lives with us. And so she got her a card too. And she went, "Oh, this is funny shaped chocolate." So I told my wife that she cried that she didn't get any chocolate. So she stopped and got some chocolate for all of us. Oh, I wanted chocolate. I mean, that's why. did that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
My nieces gave me a set of bubbles, like like the wand that you blow and then the bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they gave me.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why Missy's not here for Valentine's Day is because her parents' anniversary is Sunday, and she's staying there for that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Joe, I think you need more cables.
Yes.
How many adapters
Actually,
do you
this
need?
is my solution to reduce the number of cables that I have. So I can have a single HDMI cable going into my capture and video setup, but have it be able to do mini HDMI, micro HDMI, and DisplayPort. So I just change the little adapter to go on it, and I have one cable. So I don't have to reach behind the stupid monitor and be like, hey, change the cable and replace it with a different cable.
It makes sense.
I have a
Hey, look,
message
computer-related
for
stuff on a
CDI.
computer show.
You have a
CDI,
message?
stay
Okay.
away from the gas station sushi.
Yeah, gas station sushi or that tuna sandwich that looks sus. Don't try it. It's not worth the risk.
Remember that Futurama episode where Fry eats the egg salad sandwich from the truck stop bathroom?
Yeah.
And
Right, gets the worms.
And get the worms, but they make him smarter.
Funny
This
funny
is going to be
little
one
side
hell
story
of a
about
bowel movement.
funny side story about those worms. Turns out, same worms that Robert Kennedy Jr. got. That ate his brain. Anyway, go ahead.
I have nothing.
So I should avoid the truck stop bathroom vending machine egg salad sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oops.
Probably for the best. That's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be pretty lax here tonight. I know myself and Eric kind of did some searching on some topics, specifically related to computers and love. I thought it'd be kind of neat to look at online dating and see, where and when that came to be. Boy, is it ever the apocalyptic wasteland today. But it wasn't always. If you had to guess, when did you think online dating or computer-based dating first came to be? If you had to guess,
1982.
CompuServe.
60s.
lock in your votes now.
I'd say 70s.
2019.
Actually,
No, just kidding.
The earliest technologically possible time.
when I was
I win.
in middle school, we had a computer dance where you had a computer card that was printed out, punch card that had printed on it, who you're likely,
You had
mates
a
would be.
computer issued dance card. Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry, my dear. The computer has said my dance card is full. I wish I could help, but I can't.
Yep.
But you're my girlfriend. Anyway.
Everyone write
Everybody
their-
got their dates
Everyone
locked
write
in.
their guesses.
in the 40s, I think.
1982.
Dave says 1891. Not that old.
No,
But okay.
tabulating machines don't count.
Yeah.
I have my guess written down.
Okay, so the first sort of official recognized computerized dating happened in 1959. Happy Families Planning Service launches, started by Jim Vardy and Phil Fair as a class project at Stanford. They used a questionnaire and an IBM 650 to match 59 men and 59 women.
So it wasn't 1969. Nice.
No,
And 69 men and women.
no.
Good guess,
Yeah.
though, Tom.
So that 1959. So it seems that even back then there were a pile of losers who needed computers' help to find other people. So there you go. I kid, of course. I kid. Most people meet each other online these days.
My first girlfriend, my first real girlfriend, I met online on a BBS.
Now, was she real, or was she your Canadian girlfriend that you met on the BBS at camp?
No, she was real.
CDI says not MIT. No, it was Stanford. It was actually Stanford. So there you go. And then in 1963, Iowa State did a similar thing. And then the St. James Computer Dating Service, later to become known as Compat, launches, and that was 1964. And that was the first commercial-run computer-generated matchmaking company. So again, you'd fill out your paper questionnaires, you'd send it in, they'd put it into some sort of IBM mainframey big piece of iron thing, and yeah, it would spit out possible matches.
RetroTech Chris is in the chat.
No, hey RetroTech Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Just going to stop real quick. RetroTech Chris, you do need to buy that computer that you are tempted to buy. You just buy it.
I agree.
You know, he knows which one we're talking about. I think is it an E-Machines or a Gateway? I can't remember.
Packard Bell, I think.
Packard Bell. There you go. Yeah, you definitely need to buy it. Very important.
Yes, the leading edge.
Oh,
It's a leading edge. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do need to buy it.
Yeah, it's not quite bleeding edge technology, but it's leading edge, so it's close.
Oh no, he says, the Packard Bell, right? So it must be a Packard Bell. I don't know.
No. Get the leading edge.
None of us know.
That's better.
Both. Do it, Chris. Do it.
Yes,
I dare you.
So yeah, the computer dating seems. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia timeline of online dating, and it's pretty well packed with lots of different attempts at making computers pick, your future spouse.
Yeah.
And then as you get into the late 70s, early 80s, it starts talking about BBSs and people finding, people on local adult service BBSs. There's a lot of so the first dating website was 1994, Kiss.com. It was considered the first modern dating website. And Yit.com came out a year later. It was the first Jewish online dating site.
Kiss.com, a service of Gene Simmons.
Right. And then Match.com came later in 1995 as well. So, there was a bunch of, I guess, around that time, 95, 96, 94, there was a lot of movement in the online dating scene, which makes sense. I mean, that was sort of when the America sort of started getting internet in the homes, right? It became very popular.
Dial-up. Yeah, I actually one of the first websites that I ever worked on was a dating website, and they needed someone to figure out an algorithm for taking zip codes and figuring out the distance between locations.
Okay.
And I was able to do a little spherical trigonometry, and there was a federal database that had what the coordinates were for each zip code.
Okay.
So you could do a rough, distance.
Neat.
It's the only time I ever used college mathematics programming.
I was going to say trigonometry. No, Joe says no.
And then, to be completely fair and even keeled here, the first official gay and lesbian dating website, gaydar.com.
Gaydar.
Launched in 1999. So there you go. And eHarmony, which is still around today, was launched in 2000. And not to forget Christian Mingle, 2001.
What about Yahoo Personals?
That was back in the 94, 95 era.
What about Farmers Only?
Not seeing Farmers Only, although Ashley Madison, the cheating website, started in 2002. I thought that was much newer.
There was actually in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, one called Cupid Tino, where you had to be a Mac user to sign up.
Oh, funny.
What about,
and then, of course, Plenty of Fish, which is a pretty popular.
What did you say, Joe?
Mennonite Match.
Mennonite Match? Well, do they have computers?
They didn't use a computer. The head of the church would pick the matches.
Right. It was like he was picking his quick pick for the sports lottery. He was just, using the sheet to fill it out. Plenty of Fish launched in 2003. That's still around. I know a few people that still use Plenty of Fish. Grindr launched in 2009.
Ow, that's sharp.
Plenty of Fish, when you're desperate, but you don't want to say you're desperate.
And Tinder, which is still popular today, came out in 2012.
I'm sorry, I'm not helping.
That's okay.
Well, Chris met his wife fixing her roommate's computer.
Ah. I'm going to bite my tongue.
It's
I'm
in your
just gonna-
computer.
I'm gonna go over and
That's
drink my
what I call it.
Perrier.
That brother,
Uh-huh.
I'm stuck in the computer.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Hey, somebody's
Was
got
your-
to
Was your hardware compatible?
There was an
Be careful.
impedance mismatch between no.
Mike's Future Retro says, I have online dating stories. Yeah, I feel like a lot. Well, I think it's more than half of all dating now is done through online means. I would say it's probably. I mean, especially with Tinder and those type of apps. That seems to be how most people are finding love these days. I said this to my wife before. I was like, I would feel completely lost if I had to go back into the dating.
Oh God, don't even.
I think I would just be a celibate hermit.
Yes,
Move into the woods and just. So I don't envy anybody who's still out there. Especially on those apps, they seem so cold and like non-personal. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway.
Yeah, nobody picks up one-nighters at the bar anymore, from what I understand.
No.
There's apps for that, you know.
What was it that not
Dating
James
app.
May, Richard
It's like-
Hammond said? Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I was going to say, it's so efficient, it might as well be called prostitution.
Hey, sex work
Except
is
the, only,
work.
except the only ones getting paid are the Tinder premium fees.
Yeah, I don't want to
no.
go back out there. You
Loophole.
can't send me out there. I won't do it. I wouldn't.
Yeah. I must say that there is one big difference between meeting online and meeting people in person. Every relationship I've had where I've met the person not online, it's been a terrible relationship and very short-lived. All the online relationships were much longer.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Probably because online they didn't get to meet me at first, so it had time to grow.
They got to like you before they had to hang out with you.
Yeah, before they saw me.
But yeah, no, it's a strange time for sure to be dating, and technology. It seems that it's supposed to make it better matching, but it seems like, in my mind, it seems like, at least from the outside, it seems very cold. It seems calculated. I don't know if there's any real, magic there, but what do I know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on, Eric, what was it we were going to talk about for your?
Yeah. There's a couple of things. One is back in '85, one of my first C programs was to write a banner program for an Epson printer so I could print out a Valentine's Day banner.
Ooh, Mr. Love.
Sexy. Yeah.
Mr. Geeky Love.
Yeah, because I could use the school's resources for free.
I see. Now the cheapness is showing. There we go.
I am quite Scottish. So,
I too dwell in that cave.
Yeah. The other thing is that there were several Valentine's Day related viruses that were spread around, and I'm not talking about chlamydia. So, which is bacterial, I think, isn't it? Anyway, let's not go down that. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
That rabbit hole.
The Anna Kournikova virus was very popular, and it met some of the for a virus to spread, you need a couple of things, right? This was a Trojan horse virus, so it pretended to be another kind of thing than it was, and they used something called double extensions to hide it. So it was a Visual Basic script file, VB script file, but it looked like a JPEG because it had .jpeg.bbs on it. And most people are not technically astute and don't expose their extensions to their program.
Now, hold on, Eric. It's almost like there was a recent tech YouTuber who clicked on a similar link that was .pdf.exe.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't remember who that was. Anyway, continue. Sorry, your story.
Yeah. So Anyway, this virus promised to show you an image of Anna Kournikova. I can't say her name.
The tennis player and model.
Yeah. She's
Can
a
of Coke.
Yeah, Russian tennis star who was rather fit, put it that way. So that's the second thing you need. You have to have a program that looks like it's innocuous, and you have to have some reason for someone to go, I want to see this. Right? And it was a very benign one. All it did was look in your email for email addresses and then spawn itself out. So, but when I was in college, I actually wrote a virus for a project for a paper I was doing, and I did not spread it around, but I, talked about how to build a virus like that. Mine would look for, because it's pre-internet, looked for system disks wherever it could find it, and would do a Trojan horse to substitute a program.
Okay.
So.
Cool. And then, of course, not to be forgotten, the I Love You virus, I think, was one of the sort of first big. Again, I believe, from what I gather, I remember it was relatively benign too. Correct? It was just a self-propagating thing.
I think it did cause damage.
Did it cause damage? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But that was a long time ago. They never caught me. I mean, they never caught the person that released that.
The I Love You virus.
A worm that inflicts damage on the local machine, overwriting random files.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
and it was very similar to the one you just mentioned, because it was a text.vbs file.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a .txt.vbs.
Yep.
And it was a student at a computer college in the Philippines. De Guzman.
I need a programmer, a Filipino programmer.
I prefer cracker, not hacker. Hacker is a white hat. A cracker is a gray or a black.
A cracker's still white. Oh, sorry, that's a different type of cracker.
Yeah, different kind of cracker.
Yeah. A cracker is still white. Yes. Yes.
No, I never did any hacking or anything that anyone would be able to prove. So.
I remember we used to send around the Sub 7 all the time. I don't know if you guys remember Sub 7, but it was a little program you could like bolt onto pictures, JPEGs or GIFs, and it would allow, very similarly, it would run in the background. It would still show them whatever picture you sent them, and then in the background, it would then give you remote access to their machine. You could like switch the monitor around. You could eject the CD-ROM drive. The best thing was the button for the eject the CD-ROM drive. I think was called the drinks tray. You just click it, and their CD-ROM drive would just open.
There is a recent development. Someone's passing around an operating system in PDF files. It seems very viral to me. It's called Linux.
Oh yes, you got to be careful there.
Yeah, they're like you can fit a Linux kernel inside a PDF because a PDF file is technically Turing complete. It'll run Linux inside it.
Yep. Somebody did it recently.
Okay.
I believe somebody was been running Doom inside a PDF in like grayscale.
Yep.
Which was kind of cool. I remember watching.
Is it just a page for every single possible frame?
Just flips.
It's like, quick, it's one of those choose your own adventure books. It's like, to go forward, go to page 3,987.
Yes.
To strafe left, go to 97,833.
HyperCard had some viruses too.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
Or were the viruses made in HyperCard, or viruses that abused HyperCard?
They were made in HyperCard, and they would stealthily copy themselves to other stacks. So if you passed a stack around, it would. So it was a virus.
Yeah.
A pathetic little tiny virus, but still virus.
I mean, the ultimate virus was the one that was going around Global Talk last year.
The Tom Barber.
Oh, that's right. There was one that went around.
There was there was an infected copy of like Mac TC or Mac HTTP or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In the initial image for Global Talk, and it was I forgot what the actual virus was. It was benign unless you activated it, and even then, I would think it was just an annoyingness thing.
Was it the NIR virus?
I think it was.
that
Yeah,
one?
I think it was the NIR
Yeah,
virus.
it would only it would count how many times it got executed and would just do random things on the 4096th execution. So it
Yeah,
was very subtle. It would do things like change your menus to be like shut down, or it would like rename things, or just randomly
Or like I think it would randomly say word like it will use Macintalk to make your computer say like something.
Yeah.
But it was in some program in the image, so it was like unless you were hosting a web server on your Mac or something, you wouldn't actually do anything, and it was taken care of pretty quickly. But that was fun.
Speaking of that, do I need to check hititwithahammer.com or .net and make sure it's okay?
Yeah, you're probably fine. If your Mac starts talking to you, then you'll know.
Kill me, Joe. Kill me. I've become sentient. Kill me. Yeah, well, that kind of brings us to a good topic of discussion. It's currently February 14th. Obviously, it's Valentine's Day, but we are essentially halfway through the month, and that you got 14 days until Marcintosh.
Ooh.
So, what is everybody doing for Marcintosh? Do we have plans? Does anybody have any plans? Joe's pointing at his pumpkintosh.
Yeah.
So for this Marcintosh, because I'm usually so busy to do anything other than my own or running my business lately, sad face. I'm going to be the good old pumpkintosh is going to be back again on hititwithhammer.net, so you'll be able to do that. And also, I'll just have it on Global Talk so people can print to my laser writer and eat paper. Please eat all my paper because I can count it as a business expense.
Joe makes 10 cents for every page that you print on.
And Joe went through so many reams of paper that year.
Yes.
I think, Ryan, you're frozen.
I appear to have been frozen. Yeah, but I'm not frozen in OBS. Just in
This video.
Weird.
Yeah.
OBS is perfectly fine. I'm looking at it right now.
Huh.
That's weird.
So,
Stop virtual camera. Start virtual camera.
I made
Turn
a
off camera.
stupid deadline for myself to have the beta version, the test version of Adventure done in Marcintosh so that I can send it to my testers to try it out. You can imagine how that's going. It'll be the end of Marcintosh when I send it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my image writer on Global Talk, and I've got a giant box of tractor feed paper, so I encourage people to print to it. I think
Frederick,
Ryan
you gonna
died.
have anything going on?
What's that?
Are you gonna have anything going on for Marcintosh?
No, not really, because I'm still under huge renovations, and the basement, which is everything, is still in boxes right now.
Oh no!
And I won't be able to do anything, I think, unless I dust off something on the shelf.
If you happen to open that box and there's something Marcintosh related in it, then you can do something.
Yeah, but I'd need a
Yeah, I get it.
And I would need a space somewhere, because right now I'm in the bedroom and I have a small desk, and I really want to work on my project right now, but I can't because there's not enough room, and everything's in boxes. Like I said, it's like a complete mess in each of the boxes, and I really would like to be able to work on it again because I'm itching to do it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to recap a few of my LCs. I realize I have like 7 LCs of varying model numbers, and I'd like to actually recap them all and make them work. So I think that'll be my Marcintosh project. And maybe I'll hook up a laser writer because I have 2 of those now. And maybe you guys will do it.
So this isn't my project, but I'll talk on behalf of Ian Scott. He is working on recreating the local talk option card for the image writer. So high production values. So the top one is like an exact replica. The bottom one's a surface mount replica. So he has working prototypes of it, and he's working on. So I guess he's working on getting them produced or whatever. I guess follow him on Blue Sky or Mastodon. So it's Ian Scott. It's a Polpo, Polpo, and he's the guy that made the Pico Gus.
Mhm.
So keep an eye out on that. I'm not sure what his plan is for distributing them. I know there's a fellow that sells some of his other stuff, so I'm not sure if that person might be.
Some guy in Ohio.
He's hard to deal
call
with.
him out directly, but
He's hard to deal with. So
there's a
What?
possible person that might be exactly.
What?
I want
I
to speak
cannot
on behalf of
confirm or
Joe.
deny. I cannot confirm or deny that I may or may not be selling products on my store.
So keep an eye out on jcm1.com for unrelated things, of course.
that's
But
JCM dash.
Yeah,
one.
JCM1.
Come on, Tom.
JCM1.com is a Russian gambling site.
Come on, Tom. We're going to lose our sponsorship.
You could spend
if we
your
don't do the
money
ads
either
properly.
way.
Go to jcm1.com and gamble all your money and then hope for the best.
Yes.
And then when you make money, go to jcm-1.com and spend it all.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Win.
Yeah, Joe accepts
speaking-
rubles.
Speaking of which, Joe, is there anything new in the shop this week that
Oh, yeah. Thank you for asking. Thank you for reminding me.
maybe
that
will make
things,
you a
exist.
little bigger?
Let me actually participate in this wonderful little soiree we got going on here. Apologies to everyone. I've been cleaning up the shop and reorganizing things in the background. Yes, so lots of cool new things in the shop. The big thing would be from our friend Frodo Jedi, with assistance from both Gutbomb and Sloopy. We have the FujiNet is now in the store. Stand by. I'm actually going to load it and show you.
Ooh.
If it ever loads, because my web store is dumb sometimes. The people responsible for it being dumb have been sacked. So
Do you need some good IT people? I know a few people.
yeah. So there you go. In the store. So you can get the FujiNet by itself for the Apple II. It also works for the Apple III if you have the right stuff-a-doodle to do it. There's notes on how to make that work. And also you can get the little adapter doodle kit to connect it to a DB19, so it comes with the cable and the DB19 adapter doodle, so you can do that.
Nice.
Other cool stuff that have appeared in the shop lately, Tech Ambrosia has put in my store all of her test benches, all of the bits and pieces. Order today. Those will be our hand 3D printed. I actually use molten plastic with my hands to do it. What's with the googly heads? Anyway,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Other things that Gutbomb, yes, Gutbomb's cases are back in stock. The SE Mini case, we got all of the printer issues resolved, so now those are back in stock. And the final little thing, Tech by Androda. Androda is the wonderful person who designed the logic board for the most recent version of the Blue SCSI. But he is looking to get out of doing the actual direct sales and becoming a distributor. So I'm going to be taking over sales for Tech by Androda at some point.
Awesome.
So cool stuff. So that's what's going on in Joe's world as far as selling objects to keep my lights on. And Eric has duck problems, so it's really
That's quacked.
it's
Cool.
a lot.
That's very exciting, Joe. It's always really cool to see the new stuff that shows up in the. It seems like every week there's something new,
Yes,
right? You're like Walmart, but cooler.
and not run by a whole bunch of billionaires who do want to do nothing but take all of your money.
Well,
I
you're
only wanted
working
to
on
take
the
a small
billionaire part.
Joe, you will
Um,
have nothing, and you will be happy about it.
Yes, and this will be my little clarion call out there to anybody. Do you have an idea? Do you have a design? Do you want to sell your design
I have an idea.
on the internet, but don't want to deal with the process of
Right here.
like selling it and doing and like marketing it and promoting it? Just talk to me. I'll put it on my website. We'll split the profit.
Joe, I
Like,
have a fantastic idea.
what is your
fantastic
idea,
idea.
Ryan?
So you know how the original Macintoshes
Mhm.
have a keyboard cable that looked like a phone cable, but if you use
Yeah.
a phone cable, it burns out the keyboard
Yeah.
controller. We should
Yeah.
make replacement keyboard controllers.
You know, that sounds like a great idea. It really does. Mhm.
Yeah, see, look, that cable.
I have most of the code already figured out how to do it. I just have to, have 5 minutes to rub together times about 1,000 to write the code and design one.
There
So
we go.
that's
Easy-
my downside. That's my
Easy
downside.
peasy.
I'm helping everybody do their thing, so I don't have time to do my own thing sometimes.
Well,
It makes
maybe we
sense.
need to like make a month of the year. It's like Joe's month, where
Yeah, Joe's month.
where we don't bother Joe.
February to September.
Joe's June.
So, yes.
Joe's June.
I do want to add one thing that I have 2 reverse engineering projects that are going on right now. One is the Diamond Track Star that is still processing. One I have hopefully the final through hole version that will be coming soon from Far Off Lands that I'll be able to test, and if it's good, we'll be able to go live with that. For those who don't know, the Diamond Track Star allows you to take any ISA compatible PC all the way up to like a Pentium. It doesn't matter if it's got a Pentium 3, if it's got an ISA slot, it'll work. You boot into DOS, you run this little application, and lo and behold, you have an Apple IIe with 128K RAM and a Unidisc drive controller on it with smart port capabilities and mouse text and all of that other cool stuff. So that's cool. The other thing, at Kansas Fest in 2024, a wonderful gentleman by the name of Forrest Lowe, who's been coming to Kansas Fest longer than I've been alive, said, "Hey Joe, wouldn't it be cool if we could, I don't know, get a reverse engineering of the graphics tablet card for the Apple II, because those kind of like didn't tend to disappear, right? So you got graphics tablets and you got Apple IIs, but the cards were people, I don't know what this card is, and they would get rid of the card. So Forrest loaned me his card for reverse engineering. So hopefully that will be my next reverse engineering project. Okay, now I'm officially done, I think. Okay. Yes. That would be neat.
Ooh.
What's Frederick got?
A switcher,
A Roland?
HDMI switcher
That's
with
fancy.
with included T-bar.
Ooh.
Oh, so you can be a pro.
Oh, it's a Roland brand HDMI switcher. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Actually, it's from work. There was an issue with it because we converted our one of the rooms to 4K, and we got a Roland 4K one. And this one has an issue with one of the ports. I'm going to test it out. If it works, I'm going to buy it.
Awesome. Joe, i8 8386SX, just
Yes.
Mr. Pentium 1 is wondering if you like PC stuff, because he has an idea for some PC stuff. And I said you like PC stuff just as much as you like Mac and Apple stuff. And that's true. You're very agnostic when it comes to tech.
Yeah, I tend to like it. I like the older
Sure.
stuff, but
Yeah.
PC stuff, sure. My main concern with PC stuff, especially from the fact of like working to create new Pentium stuff or new Pentium. I just saw One Bit Fever Dream say Pentium, so that's why I said that. New IBM stuff is, I am not good at the low level IBM hackadoodle stuff, so I tend to like the 8-bit stuff because it's more approachable for me in my brain. But sure, I like toys. Yes.
Who doesn't?
And everybody likes money. So there we go.
Yes. But that said, if you're designing a PC thing and you want to do all the work, but you want a place to like get it out into the world, that I can definitely help you with.
Because you can sell stuff on, let's be honest, you can sell stuff on Amazon, you can sell stuff on eBay.
Yep.
But it's not niche enough, especially for our community. Selling it on jcm-1.com is a fantastic way to get to a very targeted audience and pay way less than you would and make more money than you would if selling it on Amazon or eBay.
Absolutely. Yeah. And here's the other thing too about my website is I'm aiming to be a one-stop shop. So like you go there looking for one thing, but you see, oh, he's got stuff for my Ataris and stuff for my Macs and my PCs, and ooh, what about that? So the idea is you can get a lot of cool stuff, combine shipping, and save money.
$dollars.
So, and you're helping an actual community member do community member nerd things, which is appreciated. So.
Great, and you're literally putting food in Joe's mouth, which is
and tasty Diet Pepsi.
Diet Dr. Pepsi.
Yes, Dr. Diet Pepsi.
Hey Joe, can you pass me a Diet Pepsi?
There you go.
Wow.
Awesome. No washback. I promise there's no
This has been
washback.
opened.
Yeah.
Can you guarantee washback?
Well, in fairness, we have been talking about cloning you, Joe, so that would be helpful if we had
No.
something live.
No.
That's why
As
I
my
wanted
husband
it.
has said many times before, one Joe is enough. Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe it's like double mint gum. Double your pleasure,
No.
double your fun.
No.
No, okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I think this would be a good card to clone, Joe. We've talked about it before, but the Apple Local Talk. So I'm actually sending this to Joe because I don't need it. But this allows you to have Local Talk on your PC.
Yes.
Ooh,
Fun
Local
stuff.
Talk on a PC. Specifically a 1980s, early 90s PC with ISA. And I think there's system requirements here somewhere. What are they? Yeah, it just says an XT. That's all it says on the. So it's for an XT computer. But that'd be kind of cool to have Local Talk. It wasn't very common, I don't think. Oh, there it is. It says system requirements, IBM PC with a minimum of 256K, 2 disk drives, and your Local Talk connector kit.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Because that's what everybody wants, to connect their PC to a Mac network.
Of course
I do.
Well, it's like what everybody wants to be able to boot an Apple II off their PC.
Yeah. I think that was the entire use case. The one and only ever use case.
I want to print my image writer from a PC.
There you go. Now you will be able to.
Hope you have
Tech
the
Knight.
driver.
Tech Knight just joined us. Hey, Tech Knight.
Tech Knight.
Speaking of things that need to be shipped out, I have a ever-growing pile of things that need to go to the United States. Recently reached out to Shelby at Tech Tangent. Shelby is taking my large Summa, I think is the brand. It's like a Wacom tablet or a CAD tablet from the early 90s. He's taking that off my hands, so that's great. I've got to send Joe down a box of a bunch of stuff, including a Kim 2 or Kim 1.
I can't reach it.
Well, I haven't sent it yet, so it's kind of hard to read. And just send the claw in. And what else have I sent? Oh, and Tech Knight. Yeah, that's why Tech Knight reminded me. I'm sending him my IC chip tester that I was given that I have no use for.
Chip tester.
Yeah, I figure might as well go to somebody who can do a video on it or use it in their day-to-day stuff. So happy to spread the wealth. Joe, be very careful.
I promise I'm not going to fall on the floor, Mom.
Remember, as a business owner, you don't pay occupational health and safety or OSHA or whatever it is down there.
Or he pays it twice is what he does.
Yeah.
Actually, I think here in Canada, if I'm not mistaken, if you're a small business owner, you don't, because you can't claim it as the business owner. An employee can.
There we go. Yay.
So what were kind of some of the gets this week? Did anybody get anything cool?
I picked something up.
Yeah, let's see it.
I don't have it down here, but I do have a picture of it.
Let's see it. Show us your. Ooh. Did it come with the numpad?
I have the number pad.
Oh, that's amazing.
I also have the trackball and mouse.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can
I ask a question, Eric?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you flipped the number pad open yet and talked like Mr. Scott from Star Trek?
Not
because
yet.
it looks like a tricorder.
I'll save that for the live stream.
Yeah.
But it does run. It needs to be recapped. I mean, they all do, right?
They all do, yeah.
But it does boot up. It needed a new backup battery for the CMOS, and because you have to use a reference disk to set the date and time every time. It's kind of convoluted. So I bought a battery. In fact, I'm patching the lead to the new battery now. So I'll be able to do that. And then I'm not going to replace there's a third battery that's for suspend mode. So this laptop actually would
That had
suspend.
suspend.
Yeah, if you close the lid, it would suspend.
So what would do? It would power the RAM, I guess.
Yeah, it was enough to keep the RAM alive.
Gotcha.
But it works. The screen's bright. So, but there's a whole, crap ton of caps on the screen I'm going to have to do too.
Cool. Very neat. You found that at a local antique store, correct?
No, this one was on Marketplace, and it
Okay.
was a guy. I drove 3 hours the other weekend to pick up a printer for Marcintosh because it'll work on, I can use it for Apple Talk. And on the way back, I stopped and looked to see if there was anyone on the road on the the pathway that had anything, and there was a guy with this, and I ended up giving him almost what he was asking for it because he had already discounted it. But it's worth it, I think.
Well, the fact that you have a numpad, apparently people are amazed that the numpad still has a cover. I'm guessing that's probably a common loss part.
Yeah, and the mouse is pretty filthy.
Yeah.
But otherwise it's a clean
So
machine.
you're going to do a really nice short of cleaning the mouse, or a nice stream of cleaning the mouse?
I'll do something. I don't
Nice.
know what, but
as Trina would say, why don't you do a hardware stream instead of your stupid software?
I will have a hardware stream because I want to show it off.
Yeah, for sure.
Either that, or it'll be another video where I just take it through its paces like I did the last laptop.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's very nice. So that is that the portable, or what is the model?
Oh, this is a PS2 L40 SX. So it has a 386 SX processor.
Okay, cool. So it's not the one that I'm thinking of that has all the human centipede attachments for the back of it.
Human centipede.
Oh yeah, that's the
that's the original portable, right? The original
IBM portable. This is just before ThinkPad branding came out.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like the IBM 5160 or something, or 51.
I don't have all the accessories. There was an expansion box for doing a network card, like token ring,
right?
Or something like that.
A PC convertible. That's it, and it has the slices, as Chris says.
And then there's the PC. There's the PC Junior with all the sidecars.
Yeah.
Right.
Or there's the TI-99.
I have a TI-99
with the sidecars, and Usagi Electric has
every one of them.
He's got the
he has like the whole
Now, speaking of Usagi Electric, did you see the announcement yesterday?
No.
Usagi Electric and Tech Tangents are getting together this week or next week to do a video together, getting his Centurion or whatever it is he has up and running. That's kind of sort of been in the background of Tech Tangents videos.
Oh yeah,
forever.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, so we're getting together to do one video together.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be a really good video.
I remember when Tech Tangent picked it up. He was still, I think he was living at his old house, and he basically it was like, I'm buying it because I have the opportunity to.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time or resources to work on it. So
or electricity.
So don't ask.
Yeah.
And that was a couple of years ago. So I'm glad that he's got like a whole office space now. It looks like
he does.
So.
But CDI is saying Data General. Actually,
Data General. That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Centurion is what Usagi has.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's a nice unit, by the looks of it. I actually have it's still a new in box PC Junior under my desk. I only took it out to see if it worked, and it didn't. The power supply is bad, and I've never turned it on since.
Can I have it?
You want it? I'll send it to you.
To put it next to my other PC Junior.
Nova?
Can you have a what, Joe?
Data General Nova.
If I find one, you can have it.
I mean, if you're giving away Data General Novas, I'll take one too. Not that I have the lectures of your time.
I was going to send you the Cray. I thought you wanted the Cray supercomputer.
I do. I want the chairs I want to be able to sit on it.
Chairs. I just want the chairs.
The chairs. Yeah, the sofa. I'm just going to show a couple of my gets this week. I picked up this really cool LCR tester for testing capacitors and things of that nature. Pretty cool. It looks like something out of Star Trek. I feel like I should be using this as some sort of like scanner. It seems very, or Halo seems very.
I saw it on Facebook. Which one?
It works pretty good. You just put in your components. So, like, here, I'll do a live one. So I have a bad. Oh, throw it on the table. A bad capacitor. I'll put that into the first 2 slots here. Capacitator. That sounds like what's her name from?
Right now, it's incapacitator.
That's what they call a oh god, what's her name? Mook from Junkyard Digs calls carburetors. Bear with me a second. It's my first day with my new hands. There we go. And then I just hit test. This says test in progress. Focus. There's the capacitor. And it says component is damaged, so you hit test again. And then it should give me the...
I thought that sound, that was Joe's drill. I thought that was coming from your tester. Like, oh no, that's really damaged.
I think I got the leads weren't completely seated. Talks amongst yourselves.
Man, that Ryan.
On my meter, I put small little wires with micro.
Yeah, this came with little clip wires. So there you go. It says capacitor 30 PFs.
Picofarads.
Picofarads.
Wow. Yeah, so she's supposed to be what is she supposed to be? She is supposed to be a 1800 microfarad.
That's a slightly reduced capacitance of capacitor.
Yeah. What's the ESR? 0.
Anyway, it was cool. It was like $30 on Amazon. It does what I wanted it to do, so I was quite happy with it. And then the other thing that came in the mail this week, which I was super excited for, is I got a floppy grease weasel for imaging floppies. Oh,
Grease weasels.
Does more.
Is your weasel greased?
Very greased. Anyway, I actually picked it up because a friend of mine asked me to archive. He wrote a BBS for Commodore 64s in 1985, and these are all the source code for that BBS. And he wanted to have a copy of it. So now we have disk images, which we can actually use and we can see. Now we're trying to figure out how to actually get the text out of the disk images. So he's been playing around with thankfully, with Sloopy's advice, we've been playing around with the Vice Commodore 64 emulator, which allows you to do some import-export stuff. So Joe is currently working on that. So hopefully he's able to pull his code out and he can be nostalgic about the code that he wrote nearly 40 years ago. So yeah, that's all that I had. That and a plus, I have a pile of capacitors arrived from DigiKey. I made a big order to DigiKey, and yeah. Oh, and I also got my Pico Micromac working up there on the lovely NEC monitor I have. So yeah, that was my week in retro. Does anybody else have anything? Joe or Tom, did you get anything this week?
I got one of those cards from Ian, one of the local talk image writer cards. The Scribbler. So I sent Ian my original card, and he used that to clone.
Nice.
He used that to clone it. So as a thank you, I got one of his recreated cards as well. So I was messing around with that yesterday on my image writer.
Cool.
2 days ago on my image writer in preparation of Marchintosh.
Nice. So the plan is to have your image writer up on Global Talk so we can send funny stuff to it?
Yeah, I'm hoping, because I'm a sucker, I'm hoping to have two, because I've got my original card and then the clone card.
Right.
So I'm hoping to have two image writers up on Global Talk at once.
Just twist the paper and have the other one print on the other side.
You're right back,
like
guys.
that.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking one black and white, one color, because I do have a new old stock color ribbon from Mac Effects, or I guess it was whoever was doing the color ribbons before Mac Effects. Someone on the MLA. This
Apple Effects.
Yeah, exactly. Some guy, he he found some manufacturer in China that would still be able to make new old stock color, new color ribbons. So he had a bunch of them ordered, and then he realized, hey, I don't really want to be in the market of selling newly created consumables for 30-year-old printers. And then I guess he sold the rest of the stock off to MacFX.
Oh.
And then Mark took over the production of that stuff, which I think ended up being a new challenge because I think the manufacturer changed some requirements and stuff. But anyway, I've got a couple of those ribbons left over. So
hi everybody.
Maybe I'll have a color image writer up on Global Talk.
Nice. Ron did that last year, didn't he?
Yay.
I think Ron had a color image writer going.
He might have.
Yeah.
What? It's not straight. It's crooked.
And I'm back.
Hi.
Sorry about that. I had to pee really quickly. What did I miss?
I had to quickly go pee slow.
Well, hopefully you didn't miss the toilet.
Toilet? No.
Yeah.
Pretty good aim. Yeah. So that brings us about to the 1 hour mark. I don't know. Is anybody else? What's going on this weekend? Do we have any streams happening? I know Trina's streaming tomorrow. Eric, are you doing a morning stream? And I don't mean urination.
No, I am probably not going to be live streaming tomorrow. I really, really, really need to focus on getting Adventure done.
Okay.
So.
And that is progressing.
I do not understand.
Yes.
I'm a little behind schedule because I've been having trouble with the storyline.
Right.
Like actually having a storyline instead of just a series of locations.
Listen.
So
Ubisoft and EA don't have storylines in their games anymore,
Yeah.
and they sell $1 billion.
I want a storyline. So I started rewriting it as a choose your adventure book.
Oh, cool.
And that is actually helping me with working out the story. So
Why is this?
Cool. That's exciting. I just realized too the other really cool thing that's happening here locally. We have our science fiction convention in March. They announced today some of the guests, and one of the guests is Harry Kim. So Harry Kim is coming to the science fiction convention.
Still an ensign.
Still an ensign. I was actually going to 3D print him some pips and provide him like a bag of pips.
New.
Although apparently, and it's true, he did get a promotion in lower decks. He is a what lieutenant, I guess. Two pips is lieutenant, right?
Yeah, lieutenant junior grade.
Yeah. So he's got 2 pips now. Anyway, Tom, my goodness, your aggressive keyboard typing.
I'm blogging about this jerk named Ryan.
Oh, he's such an idiot.
It's on my MySpace blog.
Is it?
MySpace.
I watched a video today about some social media, like old social media pages that have disappeared, and they actually had a guy on it, and he was a tech archaeologist. Was his official he was a technology archaeologist, and he was talking about like the historic times in the early 2000s when we had like MySpace and LiveJournal and all these, and some of them existed. And I'm like, wow, I've never felt old. I've never felt old in my life, but that sure did make me feel old.
That's like current events. Come on.
Right? It's like we always say in history class, like it doesn't become history in a book until it's about 25 years onward. It's kind of getting there. So it's like, okay, I guess 2000 is 25 years ago now, so it's history.
Like, ow, my age hurts.
Yeah, oh, my back, my knees. Hey, Rudy. Rudy's joining us for the last few minutes of this show. It's always great to have you here. Rudy, I want to apologize to you. I know you're having a lot of trouble with that SC30 board I sent you. Don't judge me for how terrible it's recapped. Many sins were done with that board. Many sins.
Many boffins died.
Make sure you put it in the ultrasonic before you touch it.
Not that kind of sin. Good God.
Not that kind of sin. How boring.
You never know with those I/O ports.
Yeah, fair enough. Sexy I/O ports.
Stupid, sexy Flanders.
Yeah, that
I think I'm
headphone
wearing
jack.
nothing at all. What did you say, Tom?
That headphone jack is the perfect size.
Oh yeah, it's just, they're taking the headphone all the time. Anyway, it's been a fantastic night, guys. Thank you for joining all our guests. Appreciate you having you guys here. Is there anything else anybody wants to show off, talk about before we end it for the evening?
Nothing that can be shown on YouTube.
Okay.
Am I allowed to plug stuff?
Yes, please plug. Oh, actually, I have something to plug as well, so thank you for reminding me.
Oh yeah, what about the stream tomorrow?
We already said the stream. Trina's streaming tomorrow.
And
I am not.
Coco Nation is doing something boring, I'm sure.
ask Frederick. He knows all about it.
Frederick is streaming, so it's boring.
No.
What?
No.
I'm confused.
I'll be on the Coco Nation show also.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing on Coco Nation?
Yeah, which
Well,
hour
I'm
will you
doing-
be showing up on it?
Yeah, which hour will you be on?
The
And
best
everyone should get
hour.
one of these.
What's that? What's that?
Ooh, fancy.
Looks like a VGA and PS2 keyboard and mouse type of thing.
Looks fancy.
I can't. Tell us what it is, Slippy. Less show, more tell.
It's a thing I forgot the name of.
Okay, one of those.
Yeah.
Tom, what was it you wish to plug?
I think I'm sharing a screen somehow.
Oh yes, sorry. Let me. Oh yes, you're gonna plug
So,
your new Facebook group.
There's a new Facebook group that a bunch of us are in called I Love Terrible Ugly Computers. So Mr. Retro, Action himself is there.
Yeah, he posts pretty much all the photos.
Stuff. One bit's there. More action retro. Wait, was that? Yeah.
Well, he is
So-
kind of the czar of ugly.
Yeah.
So there's some cool stuff there. So definitely join that. It's a very new group, but if you're on
Oh, yeah, the
Facebook,
Naboo is ugly.
Yeah.
according to one bit,
Do I need to post pictures over and over and over and over again of my K Pro 2?
Yes.
oh, the K Pro 2 is wonderful. I believe this is Dave's computer now, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe it is.
Yeah, the bowler
What?
back.
Okay, I gotta go back to that. Does
Ron,
anybody else think that looks like surprised chef? Looks like
Yeah.
surprised French chef.
looks like a sleepy French chef to me, but
That's true. It
An
does.
angry chef.
So if you like terrible ugly computers, I recommend joining that group.
So why don't you put the Linkamadoodle thing in the chummy jigger?
Linkamadoodle.
I will post it in the private chat, and then if one of you can post it in the
Yeah, I can.
other chat somehow, because I don't think I'm.
How many members do you have? Can you go get your custom URL yet?
90.
Not yet. I have 22
Okay.
members.
Okay.
I saw at least a couple of people. A few people are
11.
requesting, so approve and approve.
Awesome.
Did you see the link to the Madoodle that I put in the chat?
Did you put it in the private chat?
No, the stream chat.
5-volt.
It's scroll
My
up.
phone just did things.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, it doesn't show.
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was going to promote is the fact that they're thinking about having a VCF Montreal.
Yay!
So I'm actually going to put the I got to find it. VCF Montreal. I got to find the link to the chummy jigger. The survey, yeah. Who
You
sent
have
that
it.
to me? Nicholas sent that to me. Nicholas. Goodness,
That is-
Tom.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm angrily blogging about MySpace and Facebook.
that link that I just posted is what this is.
I'm on it. I'm suing.
And it's really cool. It actually has a 5150 emulator.
Oh, cool.
And a VIC-20 emulator.
Well, that's really cool.
Also a Space Invaders emulator. It connects via VGA. It has PS2 keyboard and mouse, and obviously an SD card. It also has an ANSI terminal emulator. Trying to think, there's several other things. There's like a whole list of different things.
Cool.
And they're the best thing about them is they're only like $12.
Oh,
That's really cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Not on jcm-1.com.
No, not on jcm-1.com.
So yeah, there you go. So if you want to attend VCF Montreal, or as I jokingly refer to it, Les VCF Montreal, go ahead and click on that link in the chat. That'll bring you to the option to do the survey in either French or English, because bilingual. Fill out the survey, tell them that you're willing to go, and hopefully they're looking at doing it in January of 2026, so about 11 months' time. And yeah, I'm very excited. I will definitely be there if it does happen. I will be there with bells on, and probably bring some stuff with me.
Only bells, though?
Only bells, yeah.
I am gonna really try to make it because it's not an unbelievable distance for me.
Curtis Boyle, why would they put it in the middle of winter? It's always winter here. Always.
Yeah, but it's really winter.
It's like in Saskatchewan. It's always
Yeah.
winter there.
We could put it in the summertime in Saskatchewan, and the black flies could literally carry everybody away.
Hey, that's our state fly.
You mean your state bird?
No,
It's a
just
state
fly.
bird. Look, bird.
Saskatchewan state bird is the black fly. They're minus 40 degrees Celsius there last couple of days.
No.
You can keep it. It's minus 20 here, and that's enough for me.
Yeah,
You know that
same.
minus 40 is minus 40 in Fahrenheit too.
Yeah.
What's the temperature? Yes.
Water is freezing, and you don't want to be outside. I actually installed a mini split a couple of weeks ago, and it's been working very well. And even with the cold temperature we've been having, it's supposed to
Very
be
hard.
it's rated for like minus 20, minus 30, so it's been working.
All right.
But
Me too. I got a Franklin. It's a 36,000 BTU. Because
Okay,
I got
mine's-
4 mini splits inside.
Oh, it's a 4-head unit. Mine is a
Yeah.
17 or 12,000 BTU. It's a single head unit, but I bought it on Amazon. I should have did a video. The cheapest mini split you can buy.
Yeah. Mr. Cool.
It's the same factory. It's a Cosway, but Mr. Cool, Cosway, Seville, and about a half dozen other brands are all made in the same Chinese factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's Retro, Future Retro, VCF Florida. Yeah, that's what I want
Yeah.
to see. All the liver spots walking around half naked with Hawaiian shirts on, talking about, well, back in my day, we used to use the old VIC-20 to dial up to the old BBS.
I resemble that remark.
You resemble that. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for spending your Friday evenings with us. We appreciate you being here. If you're catching this on the rewind, thanks for the viewing hours. Yeah. So if you any pearls of wisdom from anyone?
I think Dave is probably doing the stream on Sunday as well.
Yes, Dave always.
I forgot,
Yeah.
I forgot if we mentioned that or not, but check out Dave's Vintage Apple Tech stream.
Yep. And I'm not sure if I think Tech Amber is still in the process of moving, so I don't know if she's doing
Yes.
videos this week.
He's not going to be doing anything for a couple more weeks at least.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, very good. Well, everybody have a fantastic evening, and I'll go with my usual MASH quote, which is, ladies and gentlemen, take my advice, pull down your pants, and slide on the ice. Have a fantastic evening, guys.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
next week.